All right, we're going to start here with Kristen in the front.
Evan, just knowing that tomorrow is a bullpen game, and I have to imagine it'll be one similar to what we saw against the Padres, what is just the mindset of you as well as just kind of the shared mindset amongst the group as you guys prepare for tomorrow?
Yeah, I think we'll do the same thing we've done, throughout points in the season, including, game 4 against the Padres there in San Diego. And I think our expectation is just we'll have communication from the staff about what it might look like and how things might line up, but we'll just go one pitch at a time, one batter at a time, and try to stack up zeros and, hopefully get a lead and finish this thing.
There's something to being able to finish this here in Los Angeles in front of the home crowd?
That's certainly exciting. Fortunately we have the next 2 games at home if necessary. So the opportunity to do it here in LA in front of these fans will be hopefully really special.
How much did that Game 4 against the Padres just kind of serve as like a proof of concept? Like I know you guys have done bullpen games during the season, but in that kind of environment, just to see it work the way it did going into tomorrow.
Yeah, I suppose doing it at that time on a big stage like that in an elimination game shows that we're braced to do it at any point. And I think we've kind of built up that confidence and that equity in bullpen games over the course of the past few seasons. Really, my whole time as a Dodger, bullpen games have been a piece of how we run things here. So we're certainly excited about the opportunity to have a piece in it tomorrow.
You guys haven't pitched a ton, like especially like you and Kopech and Trinan and Huddy. Like how much of an advantage in the series? Like how much of an advantage is that, both from a rest standpoint and also just the fact that a lot of these guys have only seen you like one time so far this week?
Yeah, I think generally and comparatively speaking against the Padres, playing them the week before the postseason started and then rolling right into their series, there was a lot of recency there. Plus them being in division. So oppositely now with the Mets, we haven't seen them as much throughout the course of this year, and especially now, like you said, in this series, we've kind of been protected, from some of their guys in the lineup, and I think the rest is probably more important, to keep our guys fresh, for tomorrow and Game 7 if necessary. But I think those 2 things hopefully are in our favor tomorrow.
Okay, we're going to go over here on the left to Bob.
Yeah, but with the bullpen games, how much of a different feeling is it like, you're going to pitch tomorrow compared to a regular season, having no idea if you're going to get in that game or not? Yeah,
there's something a little bit different to that. I think the benefit for us is that bullpen games are, somewhat of a regular thing to the point where, we're braced for whatever situation we're called upon for that day. And that communication will come to us pregame, and we'll be ready to go for sure.
And so far this postseason, the relievers have pitched more than starters have, throughout baseball. You think they'll ever revert back, or is this to stay?
I think baseball is in a really great spot right now. I think you're seeing a lot of talented, players on both sides of the ball, shine. And I think starters, being able to go, hypothetically 5 strong innings, and then you have really great bullpen arms come in behind him is part of just, the strategy these days.
Okay, we're going to go back to Shai on the left.
Hey, Evan, if you're going to be facing the same guy in a few days consecutively or in a very short span, do you feel the need to alter what you did the last time just to give them a different look so they don't cheat to an approach? Or how do you adapt the game plan if you're seeing somebody multiple times in a short period?
A lot of that is felt in the moment, within each at-bat. Thankfully, from our game planning point of view, we have more than one way to get a guy out. So whether or not we showed our whole game plan to one guy, it's probably unlikely that we did so. So we still feel confident, even if we faced a guy a couple times or back-to-back days, whatever it may be, we still feel confident in our plan.
How do you read or adjust in a situation if you do feel maybe a batter is cheating to an approach that they may have seen already?
Yeah, and I think that's something that's a between the pitcher and catcher relationship, and that's something that Will and Austin Barnes do such a great job of throughout the regular season, is getting a feel for the game, and something that the starters might see throughout their stint, or even an at bat that a batter had against a different reliever, and that might change the way I do something. So that chemistry that's built up throughout the course of the year, plus that experience you get in the postseason really helps in situations like that.
Okay, we got anything else for Evan? We're going to go back here to Bob.
And with experience closing games and stuff, when you look around the postseason this year, Class A, was unhittable pretty much during the season, struggled in the postseason. Do you empathize with guys like that, closers who are going through some tough times in this postseason?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. This game's really hard, and I think you're seeing that across every team throughout the playoffs, right? It's these pitches carry a lot of weight. I'm definitely feeling for Clase in this situation. I think I have no doubt that he's feeling emotionally stressed out about this, but maybe he has an opportunity to bounce back and right it for himself. But it's just these pitches carry extra weight in the postseason, so I think that alone makes it tough.
Okay, we got anything else? We'll go to Hazel.
At this point of the season, I don't think anybody is 100% healthy. How has your preparation for a game changed? Are you pulling back on certain pregame workouts, or are you throwing less? What are you doing at this time of the season?
I think generally guys try to stay normal, try to keep everything as normal as possible. You'll have to adjust here and there, and typically that's based on workload or where your physical health is at that point. And I can probably explain it best like on a scale, right? Like if one thing's not feeling as great, I'm probably going to add more time to that today than I would something else. So, but it's the postseason, so whatever my 100% is that day is going to be my 100% when I get out there.
Any other questions? Okay. Thanks, Evan. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.